horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's been a while since I actually done a tag video, and of course, my good friend Sean Patrick Erschen from the Horror Corner came up with a nice tag that's appropriate for the 31 days of Halloween, and that is Facehugger The Alien Franchise tag. Now, of course, everyone is a huge fan of the Alien franchise tag. Is one of the more successful alien creatures that 20th Century Fox and Ridley Scott created back in 1979. It has spawned so many movies and prequels, and of course, the tying together between Alien and Predator, two of the more popular fictional space alien creatures. But I get ahead of myself. Sean created this video, and of course, he tagged me. So let's get on with it. I believe he has 13 questions in this tag question. The first two are kind of similar for me. Favorite Ripley moment and favorite Sigourney Weaver moment. Both come in Aliens, where she comes up with this huge loader thing, and she's about, when the alien queen is about to kill Newt, and she comes out and says, "Get away from her, you bitch!" So both of those questions, question one, favorite Ripley moment, and two, favorite Sigourney Weaver moment in the Alien franchise, is that moment. Question number three, favorite creature design in the franchise. Now, of course, everyone knows that H.I. Geiger was the original creator of the Alien in the first Alien movie. But I think of all the designs I like in this series would have to go with Aliens. That design where they made the alien queen was great. I mean, when you first look at it, when I first saw Aliens in the movie theater when it first came out in 1986, that design of the alien queen was awesome. I mean, you never seen anything like that in an Alien before, and all the creature designs were very good. So if any one of the best favorite designs of the Alien franchise, of the Xenomorph, will be from Aliens. Question number four, Alien 1979 versus Aliens of 1986. Now, as much as I truly love Alien and how claustrophobic that movie was, you have a very small cast, you have this immense, powerful creature that bleeds acid and can slip through anywhere without being seen. But I have to go with Aliens. I mean, no one knew what type of a sequel that Alien was going to be, and the fact that they had to deal with one creature was bad enough, but having to deal with a whole race of them, I love how what James Cameron did with Aliens. You added action, and you still had suspense, and then you add the Alien Queen and Sigourney Weaver's performance as Ripley. It just trumps what 1979 did. So for me, it will always be Aliens. Question number five, thoughts on Alien 3's, well, Alien 3 with the small thing, and Alien Resurrection. Now, this is when I thought 20th Century Fox was getting greedy with money. You had the very nice conclusion with Aliens, Ripley and Newt and Hicks. They all survived. They were going back home to Earth. But then they decided, let's continue and create Alien 3. And the first thing they did was to kill off Hicks and to kill off Newt. I thought that was in poor taste of what should have been a satisfying conclusion with Aliens. If you're going to make Alien 3, at least let those two characters live. I don't mind movie studios continuing on with a franchise, but come on now, let's make some sense. As for the movie itself, it was okay. I had no problems with it. You know, I thought the alien design was terrible. Really didn't like it that much. Sigourney Weaver was the best thing out of it, and you know, obviously she winds up sacrificing herself at the end. But that's my thoughts on Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Again, really, really pushed the limits. A clone Ripley. Come on, guys. You got this is where it stretches to beyond the imagination. You know, you're really pulling up strings when you decide to do this with a Resurrection and Alien 3. So those are my thoughts on Alien 3 and Resurrection. I think this is when movie studios were getting greedy with money and simply trying to cash in on a very popular franchise. Question number six, thoughts on Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Now, Prometheus gets a lot of hate because a lot of people said there's no aliens in it. And I get that, but this was a sequel. not a sequel, prequel. You're not going to see any aliens in it, and I really had no problems with it. I enjoyed the cast. I liked the story. I like at the end how we actually see how the xenomorphs were created. I like the engineers, and I like Naomi Pace's performance in the movie. I like Clarice Theon's performance. I thought everyone did a fine job, so I really had no problem with Prometheus. Alien Covenant, well, it was okay. I get what they were trying to do. I didn't like the fact that they actually killed off Naomi Rapace's character. I really didn't like what David was doing. I certainly didn't like the end, and obviously the final act of the film is just shades of copying off of what they did in the first movie, Alien. I mean, come on, I don't mind you creating something new and doing something different or continuing on the origins of the xenomorphs, but don't play off on something that you already saw in the first film and doing it again in this film. Question number 7. What would you like to see in the next Alien film? What I would like to see is what happens if the aliens, only the aliens, not what they saw in Alien vs. Predator or Alien vs. Predator Requiem, just the aliens if they actually were to come to this planet in modern times. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see how the military would attack them. I like to see what would happen, if they actually did come to Earth and what they would do, what would be the Army's response with it. That's what I would like to see in the next Alien film. No more of this prequel stuff. Have the aliens come to Earth and let's see what happens after that. Question number 8. Favorite action scene in the franchise. I think one of the favorite action scenes in the franchise is obviously is when the Colonial Marines first enter the substation where they see all the um, carcasses of the facehuggers and they see all the dead people all around, and eventually the aliens attack and everyone starts fighting and shooting off. I think that's one of my favorite action scenes of the franchise because at the time really nothing really happens throughout the first act of Aliens. We get introduced to all the characters. We see Ripley's there. We see her finally going to the planet. Nothing really happens until that right around the second act is when that action takes place. And we see how deadly the aliens are. And despite the fact these highly trained Marines are and the type of power put that they carry them, they were no match for the aliens. So that's my favorite action scene in the franchise. Question number 9 is favorite death scene in the franchise, and that's obviously Kane's death in the first movie. We see John hurt. We see them all sitting around. He just came back. The face hugger came off. He supposedly died. Everyone's sitting fine while he's eating the food. Next thing you know, he starts convulsing. He starts coughing. He can't do anything. And next thing you know, he's convulsing, coughing again. Sprat! Blood sprat all over the place. And the alien spreads out from his. You can't get a better death scene than that. And what's amazing in that scene, there's some behind the scenes that unfortunately in that scene, Veronica Cartwright's character Lambert didn't know that blood was going to be squirting up, and so when that happened, that was actually her real reaction in that film. She did not expect that for that to happen, and she knew that there was going to be squibs in that particular scene, but she didn't know how it was going to explode out of his chest. So when she goes, "Oh my God, ooh God," that's her real reaction. She did not expect that to be happen. So that added how fascinating his death was. So favorite death scene is Kane in the original Alien movie. Question number 10. Favorite character other than Ripley? Oh, come on. This is no joke. This is not a question. It's got to be, I mean, you can't get a better character in Hudson. Game over, man. Game over. He is as much whining as he did and how scared that he was. He actually, his training kicked in and he became the badass Marine that he was. And he died a very honorable death for a Marine. But you can't get a better character than Hudson in Aliens. Question number 11. Do you enjoy the Alien versus Predator movies? Now, I know it's not one of the best movies in the that we've seen before, but I did enjoy what they were attempting to do. Obviously, 20th Century Fox, because we've seen it in the comic books. We've seen a lot of Alien versus Predator in the comic books. I think I don't know, it was Dark Horse or some other the minor, or either it was Dark Horse or IDW did a series of Alien versus Predator movies, but this is the first time we actually seen in the movie theater the two top Alien franchises between Alien and the Xenomorphs and the Predator and the Predators. I did enjoy the first one. Sienna Latham was decent as her character. As a matter of fact, I actually did I'll leave a card up there with the review I did about her performance in Alien vs. Predator. I liked her character a lot. Not one of the best movies, but it served its purpose. Now, obviously, Alien vs. Predator Requiem was terrible, was awful. There's really no need for that sequel to be made. But again, that's what movie studios do when they think they have some type of a hit going on, so we have to continue the story. But it's certainly, no, I think if you have a better written story and definitely have an R rating, so that way these two creatures can actually go out their way and not have limitations on what they can do. Because when you have a PG-13, we all know how vicious the aliens are. We know how violent the predators can be. So come on, give it an R rating. Stop being pussyfoots. I mean, stop being babies and give it an R rating. That's basically what we need, is a movie that actually shows how vicious these two alien species can be. Question 12. What is the scariest scene in the franchise? Out of all the scariest scenes in the franchise, I believe the scariest scene in the movie was when Ripley was trying to self-destruct the Nostromo, and she had her pet cat, I think it was Whiskers. I don't know. I forget the name of the cat. And when she's about to turn the corner, she sees the alien right there. And even when I first saw it in the theaters, and that jump scare was a great jump scare because we weren't expecting it, but we see the alien right there waiting for her, and the whole audience jumped up like, "Whoa, shit!" And the music that they play in the film is great. So that's definitely one of the scariest scenes in the franchises, when Ripley is almost caught by the xenomorph. And the last and final question, worst film in the Alien franchise. Now, out of all the movies between Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, we have the two, can't get my words together. We have Alien versus Predator, Alien versus Predator Requiem, we have Prometheus, and we have Alien Covenant. I think out of all the worst ones, and I'm really not saying it's a bad movie, but I think if I had to pick one of the worst ones, I believe it would be Alien 3. And again, the main reasons why is because of the fact that they actually had to kill off Newt and Hicks, and there was no reason to do that. You could have made a story where they survived and Ripley just happened to crash land on that planet herself, but they lived. There was no reason to do that, and there was no reason. That's why I really don't like that movie a lot, because what they did with those two characters. After all what happened with Newt and how much the audience loved the character, and the fact that Hicks survived, and they go kill them off right in the beginning of the movie. And it's like, come on, guys. That's the best you could do with two beloved characters? I mean, it really nosedives that picture, and then it really doesn't. The movie's really not that good. I didn't like the design of the alien creature. I could understand because it birthed from a dog, so it's going to be not bipedal. It's going to be quadrupedal because I think how the alien is. That's why they like to do humans instead of other animals. So that's the reason why it's not bipedal, like we normally see the alien creatures are. They're most likely bipedal, but because he did it from a dog, that they had to become quadrupedal. So definitely, if I had to pick a movie, the worst movie out of the franchise, it would have to be Alien 3. So there you have it. That is my answers for Sean Patrick Erschen's Facehugger, the Alien franchise tag. Normally, this is the time where I would tag other people, but what I'll do is that if you're watching this, you have been tagged by me, the Horror Miser Monty G. When you do the tag, just make sure that you give Sean Erschen a credit, because this is his tag. So that's my video for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. And if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.